Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Welcome to Eisenhower Field as we're here for this 14-6A match between Eisenhower and Nimitz. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Batter is Juan Hernandez for Eisenhower. DeWine. The pitch to Hernandez again. Strike 2. 1 out, 2 on. Nobody's out, 2 on. Gets a sign from the catcher. The wind, the pitch, hits him. That's going to be bases loaded. And that's going to bring to the plate for the Eagles Miguel Aguilera, the outfielder. Nobody out. Bases loaded, bottom of the first. DeWine gets a signal and a pitch. There's a hit. Foul back. It's going to be strike 1 to Aguilera. Pitching for Nimitz is Landon Dodd. Trying to get out of a jam. DeWine by Dodd to pitch. Hit to second. The throw home. He's safe. Here comes another runner to score. And the Eagles are up 2-0. There'll be an error on the second baseman for Nimitz. 2-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead. Nicholas Thomas up with 2 on, 2 in. Nobody out. Dodd's pitch to Thomas is outside for ball 1. 2-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this ball game. The pitch by Dodd, strike 1. 1-1 to count to Thomas. Go ahead and have your board. 2-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead the Nimitz Cougars. It's outside. Dodd's pitch is outside. It's 2-1 to Landon Thomas. Nicholas Thomas. DeWine by Dodd. The pitch high outside, and it is 3-1 to Thomas. Dodd takes a signal. DeWine. And the pitch to Thomas. It's in it for a strike. It's a full count, 3-2. DeWine by Dodd. And the pitch to Thomas. Hit well. Going back for it. And tagging and coming in. It's now 3-0. as Hernandez scores. Great play by the outfielder from Nimitz, Andrew Gomez. Glenn Rico is the pitcher, is now going to hit. 1 down, 1 on, 3-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this one. We're in the bottom of the first here at Eisenhower High School. The line by Dodd. He looks back at second. The pitch and hits it up the middle, and he's out. Runner does move to third. Rico's 6'4". 2 down. Hitter is Manuel Ariando. The guy looks, and the pitch, foul back by Ariando. Nimitz comes in with a 1-3 record in District 14-6A, but overall they have really struggled this year. 13-17-1. Pitch to Ariando is good. Good curve by Dodd. It is a 2-strike count. 2 down. 3-0. Dodd looks in. The wind. The pitch is outside. 1-2 to count to Manuel Ariando. 3-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead. The wind and the pitch. Low out and low and away to Ariando. 2-2. The wind by Todd and the pitch. Ariando hits him. Ariando's going to go to first. As far as Eisenhower is concerned, in 16-4A, they are 9-4, 1-2 in district. They're 5th. And as far as Nimitz is concerned, in 14-6A, they are 13-17-1, and they are in 7th place, yet to win a district game at 3 down out of the first 3 district games. Dodd is now facing Dodd, trying to pick the runner off. Gets back in safely. Davion Carrier is the batter. The wind by Dodd. The pitch to Carrier, swing and a miss, and getting into second base. Safe plays Ariando. The line by Todd, and the pitch to Carrier. Ball away. 1-1 to count. Todd gets a signal. The wind by Todd and the pitch. Low and away. Two balls, 2 strikes on Carrier. 2 away. 3 runs in. 2 down. Carrier hits it hard and it's fouled away. Still 2-2 to count to Carrier. 2 on, 2 out. Todd trying to get out of a jam. 3 runs have already come in. The wind by Todd. And a pitch to Carrier. Fouled away. Still in 2-2 count. These 2 teams met on Tuesday, and Eisenhower won that ball game as well by a score of 3-2. The wind by Todd, the pitch. Well hit ball, but under it, and that's going to retire the side. 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors, and a good catch out in left field. As we go to the top of the second, the score, the Eisenhower Eagles 3 and the Aldi Nimitz Cougars nothing. You're watching Aldi Dynasty Athletics, powered by Vype Media on Vype Live. We'll be back. Michael Lewis back with you, along with Jarvis Johnson, my producer, out at Aldi Eisenhower High School field tonight for a 14-6A match between the Aldi Eisenhower Eagles and the Aldi Nimitz Cougars. And the Eagles have gotten out to a 3-0 lead. Glenn Rico struck out the side in the first inning, and top of the first inning and bottom of the first inning, they roughed off. The Eagles roughed up Landon Dodd for 3 runs. And this is where we're at, top of the second. Glad to have you aboard on a pretty breezy Friday evening here. Probably know a lot of you are watching a lot of the Final Four action or the NCAA championship action. In the Houston area, you know you're watching your Cougars probably later on. Good luck to them as well. Okay, leading off with a the Aldi Eisenhower Eagles are leading the Aldi Nimitz Cougars 3-0. 14-6A match. Jarvis Johnson along with Michael Lewis with you. Pitch by Glenn Rico is in for a strike. Carlos Fuentes is the batter. Pitch by Rico. A little low. 1-1. 2-6-1 face. The pitch by Rico. And hit to the shortstop. Great play. Gets over to first in time. 1 down. Okay, Joshua Dickinson is going to come up and hit for the Cougars. Juan Arana is up next. Pitch, Dickinson gets it out to center field, and great play out there. Godley. 2 outs. And Arana is the hitter now for the Cougars. Wind by Rico to pitch to Arana, and it's hit sharply third, and no, the actual Arana's going to be on with an error. Error is going to be charged to the third baseman. Landon Dodd is now, the pitcher is now up to hit. 2 down, 1 on. The wind by Rico. And the pitch. Fouled away. Going over it, but it is foul ball. Nicholas Thomas on the chase down, but wasn't able to get it. Wind by Rico. Pitch to Todd. Ball. Gonna be 1-1 to Todd. Pitch by Rico. Oh, good high, hard fastball. 1-2 to count. The wind by Rico. Pitch to Todd. A little bit outside. Landon Dodd, the pitcher, up hitting. Matthew Maple is up next. Rico goes to first, but back end was Arana. The wind by Rico gets his signal. Goes back. Thomas tries to get Arana up first, but no avail. Rico gets a signal, looks over at first, and Arana goes back over to first. Arana gets back in safely. 3-0. The Aldine Eisenhower Eagles lead this 14-6A match over the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. The wind by Rico to pitch and fouled off. Dodd fouls it off, the pitcher. 2-2 to count. Landon Dodd with a 2-2 count. When Rico, the pitch. Full count. Looks like it looked like a very good strike. But is 3-2. Full count to Landon Dodd, the pitcher. The wind and the pitch. Chopper up to Thomas. Gets him at first, and that's going to retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the second. It is the Eisenhower Eagles 3 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media, Vype Live. Eisenhower Field, Aldine Eisenhower Field on the campus of Aldine Eisenhower High School. Michael Lewis along with Jarvis Johnson on this Friday evening. Glad to have you aboard on Vype Live. And 14-6A match between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, the home team, and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars, the visitors. The home team up to a 3-0 lead. Juan Rico has pitched very well for the Eagles so far in a couple innings of work. And Landon Dodd is going to face up this inning as the Eagles come up to bat. Going to face Alexander Ariando. Dodd winds and a pitch. Hits Ariando. He goes to first base. Nobody out, and the next hitter is going to be Cameron Gorley. Nobody on. I mean, one on, nobody out. Dodd looking over. Gurley turn around to bunt. But Dodd goes back to try to get Ariando. Try to get Ariando going back to first. Dodd looking that way. Gurley scoring the bunt. Ariando headed to second, and he's there. Good attempt by Inuega, the catcher for Nimitz, but throw was Ariando got a good jump on it. Dodds sets in. The wind and the pitch. A nice drive out to left field, but it's a foul ball. The wind. By Todd. Dodd in the pitch. Gets Gurley and strikes out as he goes down to first. 1 out. One down, and Max Zakira is up. One out. Run on second. Bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Aldi Eisenhower lead. And the pitch gets away, but there's no running. The runner just stays at home. Dodd looks like second base. The pitch, the Zakira, it is a strike. The wind by Dodd. And the pitch. Zakira hits it to the second baseman. Oh, goes through. It's an error. And a runner comes in. Ariando comes in from second. That is going to be an RBI. That's going to be an error on Joshua Dickinson, the second baseman for the Cougars. And now it's 4-0. Eisenhower leads. Juan Hernandez is up now. 1 run in, run on first. Landon Dodd's been roughed up these couple innings. A run in on the error of Joshua Dickinson. The pitch down to second base and in with the stolen base. Could be Maddox Zakira. Zakira's in second with a steal. Dodd trying to hold off with 1 out, trying to hold off the bleeding. The wind by Dodd, looks back at second. That pitch is strike. One to count to Hernandez. Dodd. Pitch. Nice liner out to left field. Ariando's stopping there. Hernandez is at first with a base hit. Maddox Zakira is takes the care to third, and Hernandez at first. Four to nothing. Miguel Aguilera is now the hitter. Trying to get Hernandez at first. Was trying to go to third. Try to get Zakira. Was Landon Dodd. No avail. It's time. Back. Getting back into Hernandez. Dodd trying to get out of this inning. 4-0. Bottom of the second. Wind to pitch to Aguilera. Fouled away. Try to square the bunt. 1-1 account to Miguel Aguilera. Dodd. Runner gets back in. The wind by Dodd. The look, the pitch. Aguilera gets up under it, but it's going to go foul. 4-0. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this one. Bottom of 2. Dodd, the pitch. Aguilera reaches out for it, comes in, drops in for base hit, and then the runner comes in to score, and now it's 5-0. As Zakira comes in to score. RBI single for Miguel Aguilera. So it's 5-0 now. Now up to the plate is going to be Nicholas Thomas. Five to nothing. It's like you have 2 outs, but we'll double check that. Dodd's pitch to Thomas high. Pitch. The wind by Dodd to pitch to Thomas. Strike. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Thomas. We got a run on first and 2 runs in this inning. The pitch hits Thomas, and he heads to first. The 4th hits batsman for Dodd in this ball game so far. Glenn Rico, the pitcher, is up now. 2 on. I believe it's 2 out. It's 5-0. The Eagles are leading of Eisenhower. Pitch to Rico low. The pitch tipped, foul tipped. 1-1. One run to Glenn Rico. Pitch. The dribbler touches the base, but that's going to do it for the bottom of the second. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. To go to the top of the third to score, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 5 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. Welcome back to Aldine Eisenhower High School in Houston for this 14-6A district match between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. The Aldine Eisenhower Eagles behind Glen Rico's masterful pitching and some great hitting, leading the Cougars by a score of 5-0 here in the top of the third inning. Michael Lewis along with my producer Jarvis Johnson. Thank you for joining us on Vype Live on this Friday night where a lot of people are getting ready also for our University of Houston Cougars to play as well. Longwood at 8:20, I believe, 8:30 tonight Central. Matthew Maple will start it off for the Cougars, trailing and see if they can get something going on the board. They're trailing by a score of 5-0. These two teams met earlier in the week on Tuesday, and Eisenhower won that one as well over at Nimitz, winning that one by a score of 7-2. Eisenhower on the season 9-4, 1-2 in District 14-6A, while Nimitz 13-17-1 on the season and 0-3 in 14-6A. Glen Rico now for his third inning of work. Facing Matthew Maple to pitch to Maple. Good swing, gets out to left field, and Matthew Maple gets the first hit for the Cougars. And that's going to bring up for Nimitz. It's going to bring up Riviel Velasquez for Nimitz. Nobody on. The wind. And the pitch. Got to get back. He's good. Do it behind the runner, but it was able to some great fielding coverage there for for Eisenhower. It's gonna be one in the pitch. Maple goes to second. There's one. There's two. Velasquez grinds into a double play. Great play on there as well. And hitting now is Roberto Sereno for the Cougars. Glen Rico, great pitching. The pitch by Rico to Sereno, and ball's over to third base, and that's going to do it. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. We're going to the bottom of the third. The score: the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 5 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 0. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media on Vype Live. I mean, who doesn't do it? You and MacArthur? Yeah, you guys got a good team. I did your game Tuesday. Yeah, over at Langford. You played Aldine, right? Yeah, you guys got a good team. Oh. After this, I mean, I'm hoping it's a 10-run rule so I can get to the southwest and get back to the northwest part of town so I can watch Houston. Because they played. We're back here at Aldine Eisenhower High School in Houston. Michael Lewis along with Joshua Johnson, our producer. And the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles are leading the Aldine Nimitz Cougars in this 14-6A match. It was a home and away. This is game 2 of a home and away match. The Eagles are leading this one by a score of 5-0. Some great pitching by Glenn Rico has been the story so far for the Eagles. It's a great inning. For the Eagles now, Manuel Ariando is going to lead off the bottom of the third. Eagles leading this one 5-0. Landon Dodd for his third inning of work. The pitch hits Ariando. This may be an actual district record. This is his Landon Dodd's 6th hit batsman of this ball game. Davion Carrier is now up, the catcher. Nobody on and nobody on, nobody out. One on, nobody out. Wind by Dodd. Tries to get Ariando at first. Balk and Ariando goes to second. So that's going to be a balk on Landon Dodd. The wind, the pitch to Carrier, pops it up, and coming in to make the catch at third. It was wherever Velasquez with the catch. One down. Alexander Ariando now the hitter. Runner on second. Runner on second and one down. The wind by Dodd. It's time. The wind. Dodd gets a signal. The pitch. Alexander Ariando tips it. One strike to count. Wind, the pitch. Ariando hits it, pops it. Dickinson coming up under, makes a good catch. 2 down. Cameron Gorley now to hit for the Eagles. 2 down, 1 on. The wind by Dodd and the pitch of Gorley. Pop up, coming up under it. Veja, but could not get to it. Wind by Dodd. And the pitch. It's outside. 1-1 to count. The wind by Dodd. Pitch to Gorley. And great hit. Going sending the center fielder back, and that's going to go over the head. And the run comes in. Garrett Gorley into second with a double and an RBI double, sending Manuel Ariando in. It's 6-0 now. The Eagles lead this one. RBI double for Cameron Gorley, and now it is 6-0. Maddox Zakira is now coming up for the Eagles. The wind by Dodd to pitch. Dickinson over to first, and that is going to do it. But one run is in on one hit. As we go to the top of the fourth, the score, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 6 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. We'll be back. Top 4. Yeah. Welcome back to Aldine Eisenhower High School in Houston. Michael Lewis along with Jarvis Johnson, my producer. And it is the top of the fourth in his 14-6A match between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. This is kind of like a home and away series. It's just where District 14-6A has been mostly all year. And the Eagles are leading this one by a score of 6-0 in this ball game as well. Glenn Rico has pitched masterfully in 3 innings for the Eagles as well. He faces now Andrew Gomez, the left fielder. Rico gets the sign. And the pitch. A little low and away. Ball 1 to count to Andrew Gomez. A lot of timely hitting, but there have been some errors by the Cougars. Pitch back to Gomez. Chopper to third. Going across to Thomas. Good. First, 1 down. The catcher's going to come up, Elijah Nigueja, for the Cougars. Again, Glenn Rico has pitched masterfully for Eisenhower tonight. Wind by Rico, the pitch. Nigueja fouls it back at strike 1. One strike to Elijah Nigueja. Glenn Rico. Ball 1-1. One and one to count to Elijah Nigueja. The pitch by Rico, high, 2-1 to count. These two met earlier on Tuesday. Eisenhower defeated Nimitz over at their place Tuesday evening. My score 7-2. Line by Rico to pitch Ningoeja. Out to the shortstop, over to first. 2 down. Carlos Fuentes is up now. Rico gets a sign and the pitch. Fuentes has a good hit. Goes now to second base, and he's in there with a double. Carlos Fuentes with a double. That is actually only the second hit given up by Glenn Rico. And that's going to bring up the shortstop Joshua Dickinson, the second baseman Joshua Dickinson. 2 down, 1 on. Pitch by Rico to Dickinson. Good block by Carrier. 1-0 to count to Joshua Dickinson. Eisenhower, Alden Eisenhower, the Eagles lead this one 6-0, but the Cougars are threatening. Wind by Rico, the pitch to Dickinson, a little low. Three balls, 1 strike to Dickinson. No strikes. 3-0 count, Dickinson. The pitch. Strike 1. The wind by Rico. The pitch to Dickinson. And that is a base hit by Dickinson. Joshua Dickinson is on with a base hit. And that's going to bring up the shortstop Juan Arena. And the pitcher's going to come out and talk to Glenn Rico. They are, I believe they're going to make a change at pitching. Glenn Rico has pitched massively, just a couple hits in this one. They're going to be making either a pitching change or they're making a change. It's like coming out of that ball game. We'll see who the right fielder is. It's like Jose Medina came in from Manuel Ariando. I'm going to keep Glenn Rico in. So it looks like Jose Medina is in for Manuel Ariando. So Juan Arena is going to hit Glenn Rico is still in pitching for the Eagles. The pitch to Arena, and that is a base hit. A 1 run will score. Fuentes scores, and it's now 6-1. Juan Arena's his hit his RBI single. He has an RBI single now. Nimitz is on the board. And Landon Dodd, the pitcher, a freshman pitcher, is up. 2 down, 2 on, 6-1, 1 run in this inning for Nimitz. Pitch to Dodd from Rico. Low and away, 1-0 to count to Landon Dodd. Glenn Rico's been really pitching well up until this inning. Has gotten into a little bit of trouble. Pitch, lined up to Thomas, and that's going to do it as Dodd is retired. But 1 run on 2 hits and no errors, and 2 are left on. As we go into the bottom of the 4th inning, the score, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 6 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 1. You're watching, listen to Aldine the Athletics, power of Vype Media on Vype Live. We'll be back. In Houston, Michael Lewis along with Jarvis Johnson, my producer, and it is a 14-6A home-away match between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, the home team, and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. Been pretty much Aldine Eisenhower all game. However, Nimitz did get on the board. Landon Dodd is actually out of the ball game. And pitching for Nimitz will be Juan Arena is actually pitching for Nimitz. Rana is pitching for Nimitz. Juan Hernandez looks like he's going to be up as we go into the bottom of the 4th. Landon Dodd, the freshman, struggled mostly all game. Had 6 hit batsmen and gave up 5 earned runs in his 3 innings of work. These two met again. Like I said, these two met earlier on Tuesday, and Eisenhower won that ball game as well by 7-2. 14-6A match. Glad to have you aboard on a Friday night. If you're into women's basketball in the area, you were pulling for the Rice Owls today. Very valiant effort by the Rice Lady Owls if you're in the Houston metropolitan area and a women's basketball fan. They lost to the defending champion LSU Tigers in a very good game, 70-62. Congratulations on the Rice Owls on their Lady Owls on their great season. Here we go, back in. Juan Arena is now going to pitch to Juan Hernandez, who stands in the plate, and the pitch by Arena, it's low and away, 1-0 to Juan Hernandez. The pitch to Hernandez, strike 1-1 by Arena to Hernandez. Bottom of the fourth. The wind and the pitch Hernandez. Oh, good pitch by Arana. One ball, two strikes. Count to Juan Hernandez. The pitch. Got him swinging. Great pitching by Juan Arana. And that's going to bring up to the plate Miguel Aguilera, who scored in the last inning. Arana. The pitch, a little low and away. It's going to be 1-0 to count to Miguel Aguilera. The wind by Arana. And the pitch. It's outside. 2-0 to count. Arana looks in, and the pitch. Great hit. And drops in for a base hit. It's a base hit for Miguel Aguilera. Nicholas Thomas is now the hitter. The Eagles of Eisenhower lead this one 6-1 if you're just joining us in the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth. This 14-6A matchup between the Eagles and also between Aldi and the Aldi Nimitz Cougars. Arana. Ball one. Ball one to Nicholas Thomas. The wind by Arana. Looks over at first. The pitch. And gets away from the Gondua, and going down to second is Aguilera. It's gonna be a pass ball on Nguyenja, the catcher. Wind by Arana, the pitch to Thomas. It's a strike. It's 2-1 to count to Nicholas Thomas. The pitch right to Dickinson, and dropped by Dickinson. It was right to the second baseman. That's going to be an error on a second baseman but there is one out. So the actual pitcher, Glenn Rico, is up. The pitch by Arana to Rico low. So it wasn't out. But it was an actual error on the second baseman for Nimitz, Sebastian Maple. The pitch and line is fouled away, but get hit by Glenn Rica, but it went foul. One ball, one strike to count. The Eagles of Eisenhower lead this one 6-1 over the Nimitz Cougars. The pitch fouled away by Rico. Maybe 2-2 to count to Rico. Okay, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rico. The wind, the pitch. Ball's outside, 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to the pitcher, Eagles pitcher Glenn Rico. Run on second. The wind by Arana, the pitch to Rico, ball, full count to Glenn Rico. Manuel Ariando is on deck for the Eagles. The wind by Arana, the pitch. Oh, got him with a strike. That's going to do it for the inning. 1 run left on, no runs and 1 hit. As we go to the top of the 5th, the score, the Eisenhower Eagles 6 and the Nimitz Cougars 1. You're watching and listening to all the ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media on Vype Live. Welcome back to Aldine Eisenhower High School. Michael Lewis along with our producer Jarvis Johnson. We're here on a 14-6A match between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars in a home and away match. Game 2 of this one. The two met on Tuesday early in the week, and Eisenhower won that one over at Nimitz at 7-2. And now they're leading this one 6-1 as we go into the top of the 5th. And for Nimitz, going to be Matthew Maple is going to lead off. Glenn Rico entering his 5th inning of work for the Eagles. 6-1, the Eagles lead. Revy Velasquez is going to be on the on-deck hitter for Nimitz. The look, the wind by Rico, and the pitch to Maple. Pops it up, going back for almost a good play by almost a great catch by Devian Carrier, the catcher. Oh, 1 to count to Maple. The pitch by Rico and lined into center field. Base hit for Maple. Gorley gets it back in. And Revy Velasquez will be the hitter. One on, nobody out. The pitch, Velasquez. Ball one. Here's a look by over the first by Rico. Time now. The wind by Rico. Pitch. Velasquez. That's a strike. Eisenhower leading this one. The Eagles leading this one 6-1. The wind by Rico. Pitch fouled away. It's gonna be 1-2. Rico with the look. And the pitch. Gets away, good block. Great block by Carrier. 2-2 to count. Great night for baseball. A little windy, but great night for baseball. 2-2 to count to Velasquez. Nobody out. Top of the fifth. The pitch. Nubber goes up the middle and gets him out. One down, the run advances his Maples advances to second. One down. Alberto Sereno. The third baseman is in. One down, one on. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this one 6-1. Pitch. A little high. Carrier checks the runner at second. The wind by Rico checks the runner at Maple at second base. The pitch. It's going to be 2-0 to count to Sereno. The wind by Rico to pitch. Sereno fouled away. One and two to count. The pitch. Hit to left to right field. That may drive Maple around, and he will score. And it is now 6-2. Eisenhower lead is cut to 4. Andrew Gomez, third, the left fielder, is up now, and the coach is coming out, and it's maybe it for Glenn Rico. You see if there is a pitching change. It looks like it is. And Glenn Rico is going to stay in the ball game. Looks like he's going to go to right field. We need to check in who see who the pitcher is. looks like it could be manual or Arianda, but we're going to double check. Double check that it's going to be Miguel Aguilera is going to be in relief of Glenn Rico. Six to 2, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles lead the Nimitz Cougars in this one. Michael Lewis along with Jarvis Johnson, our producer. Glad to have you aboard. I know a lot of you are Houston Cougar fans. It's almost close to that time. They'll be on TV at 8:20. They'll start time to take it on Longwood. If you're in the Houston area, you're watching NCAA. Hope you're joining us as well while scanning through all the channels and listening to us on Vype Live as well. Glenn Rico, five pretty strong innings, 4.5 strong innings. Just give up the 2 runs on 4 hits. Didn't have but 1 earned run. But he is staying in the game in right field. Now Aguilera is ready. The third baseman, Andrew Gomez, is in now. Run in. The wind to pitch. The ball gets away, and going to second is Sereno. Gonna be a wild pitch on Aguilera. The wind by Aguilera. And the pitch. It's gonna be a ball. 2-0 to count to Gomez. Juan Gomez, see if he can actually tack on some more working room. The pitch to Gomez gets away. That's be another wild pitch by Aguilera, and that's going to be time. Looks like he may get pulled. Sereno moves to third on the wild pitch. And there's going to be a move made as well. It's going to be Juan Gomez, and Gomez with the 2-0 count. Andrew Gomez, 2-0. Make a switch. There was a switch in as well. Now we're back in action here. The wind and the pitch to Gomez. Be a strike. 2-1 to count. 3-1 to count. Aguilera looking, getting the signal from Carrier. And the pitch to Gomez. That's going to be a ball. Ball 4. Elijah Ingweja, the actual catcher, is up now. Runs at the corners. Looking for Eisenhower's looking. The Eagles are looking for a force or double play depth. The wind and the pitch. Then Ingweja, it is high. 1-0. Miguel Aguilera in relief for Glen Rico. Pitched a match for 4 innings. The wind by Aguilera. Pitching Ingweja. Going down to second is Gomez. He's in with a steal. One ball, one strike to count to Elijah Ingweja. And the pitch. Strike 2. 1-2 to count. The wind. And the pitch to Ingweja. And good hit up the middle. Sereno scores. And it's now 6-3. Eisenhower is leading. Is now cut down to 6-3. That may be it for Miguel Aguilera. Coach is going to go talk to him. Great hit by the catcher. And the courtesy runner is in. An RBI single for Elijah Ingweja. The courtesy runner came in for him. We're checking the actual courtesy runner. Now there is another pitching change. Maddox Zakara is in now for Eisenhower. Miguel Aguilera just lasted half an inning and gave up two hits and 2 runs. So now Maddox Zakara is in now. The pitch. And a courtesy runner for Nimitz. Manuel Argueta is the actual courtesy runner for Nimitz. Joshua Dickinson, the second baseman, is in the on deck, and Carlos Cifuentes is actually at the plate for Nimitz. Cougars are trying to cut the lead down. They have runners on the corners. Really a chance to get back into this ball game as well. This may be the actual some momentum that they are needing. the Cougars have been struggling as of late on the one-loss column. But this could be a good turnaround for them if they were able to pull this game out tonight. Now we all settled in. Carlos Cifuentes is the hitter. Runners at the corners. Zakira gets a signal from Carrier. The wind by Zakira. The pitch. High and away. And another run is coming home. Gomez scores. And stopping at second base. Stopping at second base is Argueta. And it's now 6-4. The wind and the pitch. A high. 2-0 to count to Cifuentes. Kara takes the sign. Or he has a wild pitch that actually gave up a run. Now it's 6-4. The pitch a little high. 3-0 to count to Cifuentes. Joshua Dickinson in the on-deck circle for Nimitz. The wind by Zakira. And the pitch high, and Cifuentes is actually on board. And Joshua Dickinson is now up. Again, this is a ball game that actually was dominated by Eisenhower the first 2 or 3 innings, or 4 innings, and but some reason or another, after they got to Carlos to Rico, the starting pitcher for Eisenhower, there has been a comeback by Nimitz. Joshua Dickinson in now. Zakira. Pitch to Zakira is high. And they're going, manager's going to come and there may be a pitching change. 6-4. The Eagles of Eisenhower. There's going to be another pitching change. Looks like Juan Hernandez is seeing if they're going to have him to pitch, or they're just talking to the actual having a conference at the mound. It was a 5-5. It was a commanding 6-0 lead. Glen Rico was actually pitching very well, and just for some reason or other they got a couple runs in, and they, ever since, Nimitz has had some momentum coming into this in the later stages of this game. Right now, the top of 5, and they still have 2 runners on, and trailing now 6-4. Joshua Dickinson is now the hitter. Zakira looks, and the pitch is ball. The wind by Zakira, and the pitch to Dickinson. It's a strike.
Good job, Maddie.
The wind by Sakura. The pitch to Dickinson. That's strike 2. The wind by Sakura. And the pitch a little high. Three-two to count. Full count to Joshua Dickinson. The wind by Sakura. And the pitch. That's bases are loaded, and that's going to be a walk by Sakura. Juan Arena, the pitcher, is actually facing a pretty good game-changing situation. Bases are loaded. The Cougars of Nimitz trailing this one 6-4, but a chance to break the game open. The pitch, a little high to Reina. 1-0 to count. It started off as a pretty dominant pitching game by Eisenhower. It got out to a 6-0 lead. Now Nimitz has been chipping away at it. The wind by Sakura, the pitch to Reina, and it's a strike. 6-4 the count. The Eagles of Eisenhower leading this one, but they have a triple threat. The pitch to Reina, and the strike 2. On deck is Sebastian Maple. The wind by Sakura. And the pitch. A little high outside. Two and two to count to Juan Arena. The wind by Sakura. And the pitch. Full count. Full count. Sakura gets a sign from Carrier. And the pitch to Reina. And that walks in a run. Manuel Argueta scores, and now it is 6-5. The lead now is down to 1, and Sebastian Maple is coming to hit. There could be some changes. Glenn Rico was pitching very well, but now it is now
6-5.
Now Sebastian Maple could actually make this a big change around. There's a change. Zion Hampton is coming in and going to right field. And there's a switch over. Glenn Rico, who's a starting pitcher, is now playing third. Juan Hernandez is out of the ball game. He goes at third. Sakara is going to try to hold this down. 3 runs have come in. The pitch, strike 1. One strike to count to Sebastian Maple. 3 runs have come in this 4 runs have come in this inning. The pitch to Maple. Foul tip, strike 2. Matthew Maple is up next. The wind by Sakara. The pitch too high, and it's going to be 1-2 to count. 6-5. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this one, but it was after being down 6-0. Nimitz can actually come back and try to pull this one off. Pitch. That is strike 3. Okay, strikeout for Max Sakara. Now Matthew Maple is up. Bases are loaded. And the pitch by Sakara. Ball gets away. Cifuentes comes out, and it is, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie ball game. The Nimitz Cougars have tied the ball game up. And a second wild pitch by Max Sakara this inning. It is now a new ball game, 6-6. Matthew Maple takes like it was a ball. The pitch to Maple. His strike. 6-all. The pitch. Ball away. Three and 1 to count to Matthew Maple. The line by Sakara. And the pitch. Strike 2. 3-2 to count. Full count to Matthew Maple. Full count to Matthew Maple. The line by Sakara. Steps away from the mound. Now ball's back in play. Now it's stepping away is Matthew Maple. The line by Sakara. The pitch to Maple. Foul away. Still full count. Full count to Matthew Maple. Runners at second and third. We have a tie ball game. 6-all. The pitch. Walk. And the bases are loaded again. And Revy Velasquez is going to try to see if he can get the Nimitz to lead. Bases are loaded. Zakara. Pitch to Velasquez. Ball's hit, but coming in for it is Godley, and he has it, and that's going to do it for the inning. But 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. As we go into the bottom of the 5th, the score, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 6 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 6. You're watching, listening to Aldine ICD Athletics, powered by Vype Media on Vype Live. Along with Terry Johnson. Strike 1 to count. Manuel Ariando, Juan Ayala with his second. And down to third base, the throw over. Great play by Velasquez. 1 away. Davian Carrier is now, the catcher is now up to hit. Again, Michael Lewis, Jarvis Johnson, the producer, is with you. Thanks for watching us on Vype Live. Great game this has been. Game of a lot of momentum swings. Carrier bunts down. Arena can't actually make the play. And great running by Davion Carrier. And he's on first base. 1 out. And up the plate now for the Eagles in this bottom of the 5th inning is Alexander Ariando. The line by Arena. And the pitch to Ariando. Low and away. 6 all. game that you've seen some big momentum swings. Arana takes a look over at Carrier. And pitch, strike. Pitch to Alexander Ariando. One and one to count. Ariando, Arena, looking up over first. The pitch. Ariando. Good pitch by Arana. One and two to count to Alexander Ariando. Leaving Carrier on first. Ariana looking, Carrier going to second, and he makes it in for stolen base. And 1 and 2 to count to Alexander Ariando. Going to try to make this, get Eisenhower back in front. 1 and 2 to count to Ariando. The pitch. 2 and 2 to count to Alexander Ariando. One down. Tie ball game between the Eisenhower Eagles and the Nimitz Cougars. As we get to the bottom of 5. The pitch. Great swing by Ariando. Coming in, and a great catch made.
Let's go, Cam.
Great catch made by Aaron Callaway. Cameron Gorley now at the plate, 2 down. The wind by Arana. Looks back at second. And well, Ariando is up next. The pitch. Arana looking. And there's a good hit. And it gets by.
Come all the way home. Come all the way home.
One scores, Goodley scores, and Gottlieb is in second with a double. Seven to 6, the Eagles lead this one. Good try by Callaway, but no avail. And now the Eagles are back in the lead, now 7 to 6. That's going to be strike 1 to Maddox Zakara, the pitcher. Arana looking at Gottlieb on second. The pitch. Arana gets it out over to first, and that's going to retire the side. But 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. As we go to the top of the 6th, the score, the Eisenhower Eagles 7 and the Nimitz Cougars coming to bat 6. You're watching, listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media on Vype Live. Back. Eisenhower scored. Hey, didn't he play with Chase this past year? Yeah, Cam. Edwards. On varsity. He didn't play football. He didn't play football. Okay. He's junior, right? Okay. Now, I did some of their games, as his name just sounds familiar, over at the spring. No, we're from Vype. Vype.
Oh, okay.
Vype Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do high school games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people at home watching, is that what it is?
Yeah, they can watch it mostly online.
Vype.com?
Yeah. Vype Live.
Yeah, okay. So then subscribe to the channel and then like every $100 but the game they play in there, like you staying away, you can play that game. Okay. Majority, bro, if you think about it, a lot of their games are streamed. Oh, that is like a lot of their games. A lot of their games are streamed. That's the first time I see somebody play their game. That's why I'm at. Real time. It's definitely like it's playoffs. Playoffs come around because you'll see a lot of them. Coach! Coach!
Got you going double. Going double with cool. Now if they can hold this lead, we can get out of here. This is 8-11. No, you?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm trying to hustle to the beltway to get you home.
Yeah.
To get me home. No, we don't need nothing like the softball teams play. And that late night Nimitz stuff. Alberto Sereno to lead off for Nimitz. The pitch by Zakira, and it is a strike. Check swing, but he went through. 7-6, the Eisenhower Eagles lead this one over the Nimitz Cougars. The line by Zakira. The pitch is Sereno. Outside, 1-1. Andrew Gomez on the on-deck circle. This has been a game of ups and downs and a lot of swings between. The pitch, Sereno 2-1. Eisenhower got off to a 6-0 lead, and then Nimitz started piling on, especially with the 5-1 run lead to tie the game, and then Eisenhower got the actual run back in the bottom of the 5th. I mean, 2 balls, 1 strikeout to Andrew Sereno. To Alberto Sereno. Andrew Gomez is up next. Scarra's pitch. Strike. Three balls, 2 strikes. Full counting to Alberto Sereno. And the pitch. As he's walked him. Andrew Gomez is coming up now. Nobody out, 1 on. The Eisenhower Eagles lead this one 7-6. The pitch. Gomez squared around the bunt and he takes a strike. And Zakira looked like he was going to first, but he actually held his ground. Zakira's pitch. back, caught by Sakara, and Andrew Gomez is out. And now Elijah Ngwenja is actually now up to plate. He was part of that 5-run inning, the last inning for the Cougars. Guy had a double, had an RBI single the last time up. Sakara looks over first. The pitch to Ngwenja. Ball 1-0. This is a 14-6A match. The two met earlier this week, and Eisenhower won that one by a score of 7-2. The wind by Sakara. The pitch. Ngwenja fouls it back. One ball, one strike to Elijah Ngwenja. The wind and the pitch. Out to right field. And making the catch. Making the catch is looks like the catch was by Glenn Rico, the starting pitcher. And now 2 away, Carlos Fuentes, the batter, the pitch, strike. 1 strike count to Carlos Fuentes. The wind by Sakara. Looks off, checks off the runner at first. Checks off Sereno. And the pitch, a little high. Sereno going down to second. Got him, and that's going to do it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, and 1 was left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th to score. The Eisenhower Eagles 7 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 6. You're watching, you listen to Aldine ISD Athletics, Proper Vype Media, and on Vype Live. We'll be back. I was at your game, your basketball twice, your football 3 times. Well, I understand. But I was at your basketball at Campbell twice. And, oh, you do? Got a whole new coaching staff, yeah. Yeah, it's like you guys in Aldine seem like you guys are changing. You know, like Aldine, they're changing. Yeah. And the thing is, one of the coaches is a woman. She used to play women's football for the Houston Energy, and she was the first ever quarterback that they had that women's football. Yeah, but she got hired on, and and I think they're supposed to bring over a guy that used to play with, I want to say with the Texans. He lives in town, but he was like riding around with Chris Dishman, those guys. No, he was with Matt Shaw, but I'll tell you about it later. Yeah. Back here at Aldine Eisenhower High School in Houston. Mike Lewis Jarvis Johnson with you. Raul Hernandez to start off the bottom of the 6th. Wanarana. Hernandez chops it. Coming in for third. Real first to Cifuentes, and 1 out. Up to the plate now is going to be Miguel Aguilera. 7-6, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles lead this one over the Aldine Nimitz Cougars in a very good game. The pitch by Rana to Aguilera is strike 1. One strike count. The pitch by Rana. Pop up. Coming in for Rana. It's dropped. Rana lost it in the light, and it's going to be error on Wanarana, the pitcher for Nimitz. That's going to bring up Nicholas Thomas for Eisenhower with 1 on. One runner on, 1 out. Nicholas Thomas facing Wanarana. Pitch by Rana is good. In for a strike. 1 strike count to Wanarana. Pitch 1-1 to Nicholas Thomas. Wind by Rana. Time. Thomas steps out the box. Thomas hits it over to Lasquez. It's back to first. He's safe. The lead runner, sacrifice. That's going to be 2 away. Glenn Rico is now the hitter, the right fielder, who was pitching earlier. Pitched a very good 5 innings where he was pulled. 2 out, 1 on. Arana's pitch to Rico. Popped it up. And that is a foul ball by Rico. Elijah Nguyenja with an error. Rana gets a signal from Nguyenja. The pitch, low. Rana takes a look over. The pitch. Rico fouls it off. 7-6. The Eagles of Eisenhower lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Glenn Rico. And the pitch. It strikes him out. Arana strikes him out. 1 left on as we go to the top of the 7th for Nimitz to score. The Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 7 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 6. You're watching and listening to All Dynasty Athletics, powered by Vype Media, and on Vype Live.
Terrible.
Welcome back to Aldi Eisenhower High School in Houston. Michael Lewis along with our producer Jarvis Johnson. It is a very good game here with Vype on Vype Live. And Aldi Eisenhower Eagles versus the Aldi Nimitz Cougars in this 14-6A match. 7-6. It is the Aldi Eisenhower Eagles leading. And the visitors, this is their last man unless they get tied up. Nimitz Cougars made a very valiant comeback. Even scored 5 runs in the 1 inning and to tie up the game. But now and try to tie it up again or even pull away to see if they can pull this one out. Carlos Fuentes will lead it off for the Cougars. As you probably know, these two had a battle earlier this week over at Nimitz, and Eisenhower won that one 7-2. I mean, this is a back-to-back district road home setup here. So you heard a pitch, in for a strike to Cifuentes. Top of the 7th inning, Max Sequeira on for his second inning of work. Pitch by Sequeira to Cifuentes, and that's a foul ball. 0-2 the count. Your NCAA fan, the Houston Cougars are on the court now, playing Longwood. Ball 1. 1-2 to count to Carlos Cifuentes. Top of the 7th. The visitor half of the 7th. The pitch. Full count to Carlos Cifuentes. The wind by Sequeira. And the pitch is Cifuentes. Pops it up. Thomas giving it a good chase over, but no avail. Good try by Nicholas Thomas. Joshua Dickinson's up next as well for Nimitz. Sequeira gets a look from Carrier, and the pitch is to Fuentes a little high. Full count. 1 out this inning. Full count. Nobody out this inning. Time. Cifuentes calls time. Nobody Nobody out. Just started at the top of the 7th. The pitch to Cifuentes. That's a strike. He has one strike. And now here comes Joshua Dickinson.
Hey, so if they get out right here, they win the game?
Yeah.
What they scored, the game
Right now,
be good?
they got one more, obviously. So this
Joshua Dickinson looking in. Segura. The wind. The pitch to Dickinson. That's a strike. 0-1 to count. Juan Arana, the pitcher, is up next. Try to see if Dickinson can keep the actual rally going forward. The pitch. Strike 2 to Dickinson. Joshua Dickinson. The pitch by Segura. Low. 1-2 to count to Joshua Dickinson. The wine by Segura to pitch to Dickinson. 2-2 to count. The wine by Segura. The pitch to Dickinson. Full count, 3-2 to count to Joshua Dickinson. Juan Arana on deck. The wine by Segura, the pitch. And that's a well hit ball, but Godley's up with it. Makes the catch, and it's now Nimitz is down to their last out. Down to the last out. Juan Arana is up. They try to keep their last chance for the Cougars. Manuel Argueta. Manuel Argueta is on deck. Juan Arana, the last hope for Nimitz, fouls it off. The wind by Segura, the pitch to Arana. That's going to be 1-1. The wind by Segura. The pitch to Arana. Fouled away. 1-2 to count to Juan Arana, down to the last strike. If he is able to get on, then Manuel Argueta will be actually hitting next. The wind by Segura, the pitch to Arana, outside, 2-2 to count. There's an actual conversation with the umpires. So if Eisenhower hangs on to win this ball game, they'll actually move up to 2-3 in the district. They'll move to 1-2-2 in the district, and Nimitz. So if they're not able to come back, we'll go 0-4 in a district. And have a discussion here. So there's this little discussion here. So it's actually 2 down. So we're back into play here. We're just seeing where the actual the umpires were discussing where the balls were. I guess the balls and strikes. There's some warm-ups. Aldine Eisenhower leading this one, and down to the last out for Nimitz, unless Wanarana can actually keep the rally going. So they actually now back in action. There was just a delay. The wind by Sakara, the pitch to Arana, and that is thrown over to first, but Arana beats it out, and Arana is going to second. That is a double, well, more so a single and an error on the second baseman. So now Manuel Argueta will try to bring the tying run home as Matthew Maple is on deck. Zakara and the catcher, Damon Carrier, for time. Two out in the top of the 7th, but the Nimitz Cougars are trailing 7-6 to the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, but threatening in the top of the 7th. Manuel Argueta is now the batter. And the wind, the pitch. That's ball 1. Maddox Sakara looks in. Argueta is pitch. Argueta is high, 2-0. Matthew Maple is on deck. And the pitch to Argueta. Low, 3-0 to count. 3-0. 3 balls, no strike to count. Matthew Maple on to Manuel Argueta is facing a 3-0 count. He get the green light to swing here. Going by Sakara. And the pitch. That's ball 4. He's on. Now it's going to bring Matthew Maple up to hit. 4. And it's going to be a pitching change. Looks like Matthew Maple is up and a time. Pitching change is up. Been a game of swings and runs, and it's been a game of swings and runs. Eisenhower got out to a 6-0 lead, and then Nimitz, the Cougars, started chipping away at this lead. Got down to 6-1, and then 1 inning scored 5 runs. And after running out Glenn Rico, who pitched well in 4 innings, but now it's come down to Eisenhower did get an actual lead back, but now it's coming down to try to close it out here. But 2 are on, and Nimitz is threatening on the top of the 7th. The pitch by Segura. Strike into Matthew Maple. 2 outs, but this Nimitz is staying very resilient, not going away. Pitch to Maple. Strike 2. One more strike. One more strike. Down to his last strike. Matthew Maple calls time.
All right, let's battle. Let's go.
One more strike. Segura gets a signal from Carrier. The wind. And the pitch. High. 1-2. 1-2 to count. One, 2 to count to Matthew Maple. Segura's pitch. 2-2 to count. Two and 2 to count to Matthew Maple. Segura getting a signal from Carrier. And the pitch. Hit the second. That's ball game. That's going to do it. The Aldine Eisenhower Eagles fend off a very good, valiant Aldine Nimitz Cougars ball club, and they defeated the Aldine Nimitz Cougars by a score of 7-6 in a game that was back and forth. Again, the final score, the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 7 and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 6. Thank you very much for joining us from Aldine Eisenhower High School. For Jarvis Johnson, my producer, I'm Michael Lewis. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time on Vype Live.